Hello and welcome, my DarkSouls brothers and sisters. Today I am proud to present my first Battle of the Uploaders with Courtneyyx17. This took a while to get together because of the fact that our connections didn't want to cooperate at first. These first two clips or so that I'm showing you are actually me just fighting random people. Now, the interesting part about Courtney is she does low-level PvP. So she does twinking at ranges from 20 to 25, and she goes through the whole game and gets all this stuff legitimately. So it's really interesting that she does that. Personally, I don't think I'd have the balls to do that, so I really admire her for having the cojones to actually go through the game on a level 25 or so. So she has 3 different builds that she uses during this. She has a strength build, a dexterity build, and a faith build. And I use 2 builds. I use this first build that I'm on right now first, and then I switch over to my dragon build, and then I switch back to this build. And we had some really great matches. I had a lot of fun, and it's really funny to see her cosplays and how elaborate they are, and they're comical, but at the same time really cool. It's just some of the coolest builds I've seen. Like this first one, got the dual guardian axes. It's pretty hilarious. Not a whole lot of people would be doing that. And this is our first match. She is on her strength tune, as you can see. She's popping up that pine resin. I had a lot of fun playing against her. I can tell she's definitely a skilled player. We've been trying to hook this up for a while, and I'm really glad to present her as my first Battle of the Uploaders. She has had plenty of Battle of the Uploaders, it seems like. She's done some with Warchild, which I should be doing one with him here shortly after he is done with his moving. She has a really awesome channel, lots of montages, trolling, etc., etc. And good duel there, by the way, Courtney. Good duel. She has a lot of montages. She has definitely some interesting music. I really like the music on her channel, and I like her content, her trolling videos. I like her outfit choice, too, which is really nice. And I totally fucking asked for that. I ran around to try and get the flam burger, and I missed that. I probably should have parried that. But as you guys know, I'm not one big on parries. I have a philosophy of more upright fighting. And I do parries and backstabs where necessary, but they are more of a utilitarian thing for me. I try to use them only to punish parry spamming and maybe a running attack gone awry. And I do not believe this is Courtney. I think this is another guy. I end up getting quite a few randoms. See, there's Courtney coming in. And I got a ton of randoms. It was a little ridiculous how many randoms I got. But I was actually really surprised. It seems like griefing or twinking actually is more popular than I thought here. I got a lot of invasions. And since I was able to host because Courtney has actually gone through the game, I had to bear the brunt of all the extra invasions. And actually near the end, she started getting summoned by extraneous extras. That was saying the same thing twice, but she was being summoned by randoms, and I totally just got fucking parried there. She's definitely got her parries down. I have noticed she likes to parry spam a little bit, but that's not a bad thing because she totally gets me with them, so it's not like they're not effective. And at low levels, a parry can really change the tide of a fight. And during these matches, I try and switch my weapons up. Actually, during my matches with her, I kind of found a new favorite weapon, which is the flamberge. And I fought against her with it, and I really enjoyed it. And actually, I use it a lot in my upcoming videos because I kind of fell in love with it at first. Pretty much my favorite was the gargoyle halberd, and it still is, but the flamberge definitely comes in a close second. And I ran straight into that. That's really interesting. One of the cool things about this game is how Force and the Dragon shouts and the Wrath of Gods can actually ward off attacks, arrows, projectiles. I don't know if you've seen the video where Force is used to deflect the giant flaming balls. Yes, giant flaming balls in Sen's Fortress. And she went ahead and switched the red Tearstone ring. I felt definitely threatened because that Tearstone ring plus Dragon equals me get my ass kicked if I'm not careful. Oh, shit. And I did manage to defeat her. I was really worried there. she would have gotten one attack on me, it would have been over for me. Right there was one of the situations where whoever hits the other person is the victor. So we don't have a ton of matches. I believe there's about 20 matches, maybe a little less. She sticks with the dragon one for the first few. It's really cool how she uses these giant strength weapons, and she doesn't really get to use the shield because to one-hand them you need an immense amount of strength, and to two-hand them, because of our level restriction, she has to probably prioritize her stats into strength primarily for the weapons she is trying to use. And actually, I was surprised I didn't see her Black Knight build because she spoke to me about her Black Knight build, and it was really interesting. I think I saw it in War's video when she fought him, and I was actually kind of looking forward to fighting that, but I didn't get to. And I'm switching it up to the hand axe here, which I also love, and it's a really great weapon. For those of you that don't know, the hand axe is, and the four-pronged plow, I remember this one. I was like, I should use some interesting weapons, so I pulled out the hand axe and the four-pronged plow, so I suppose I'm kind of going farmer mode. Farmer mode, activate, pew pew pew. Because I got my hatchet for cutting wood and shit, and then I've got my pitchfork for hay. And the hand axe is a lot like the falchion. It's basically the quality or strength version of the falchion, and it's a really powerful weapon. If you put Dark Moon Blade, Pine Resin, it's just generally a great weapon. And this video I will be uploading tonight. I do have long rendering times, as right now I do not have my main computer. It is on the fritz. I have my secondary computer, which is a much slower machine. Compared to my laptop, though, it is definitely a superior piece of technology. And she's almost running a Ornstein, sorry, a Smo. No, I was right. I'm just stupid. She's almost running an Ornstein cosplay, but she's got that Zweihander and the Grass Crest Shield. Good game, Courtney. It was a fun match. And here I switch up to my dragon build, and you guys are going to get to see a really funny match. We kind of laughed over this. She has the life hunt scythe, and I hope you guys know that the dragon form has virtually zero bleed resistance, so I definitely get my ass handed to me. Blood loss instantly, woo! And then I'm like, okay, I need a blood bite ring, and she's just, and one more hit, whether it bleeds me out or not will kill me. Oh, and I almost got the counter there with the Leo, but I didn't. Actually, after this, she lends me a blood bite ring, which was very gracious of you. I really appreciate the fact that you were willing to lend me that so then I wouldn't get two-shotted. And she comes up here, and blood loss. 50% damage each time. It's pretty overpowered. And that second phantom was running up there, but I died. So it made me look like a scrub there. But I'm not an elitist. I just play this game. I'm a dude who commentates over it, and you guys watch it and hopefully enjoy it. Or maybe you hate me. Who knows? Anyways, on to the next fight. I'm waiting for my blood bite ring here to finish the status effect going down. And she did lend it to me, so that life hunt scythe will still be dangerous because it does still do a ton of bleed along with a ton of damage. So it's definitely not a weapon to be fucked with. And I rock my pine resin on here quick. Oh, and actually, as you guys can tell, I am not as good with my dragon build as the other build. This dragon build was new. I literally made it the day that we're about to upload. The other build I have actually played with. I have done Twink Invasion. She actually inspired me to do some fights, and I one night spent about 2 hours doing invasions in the church and in the and also in the Berg, and they were really, really fun. Some of the most fun I've ever had. I was kind of addicted for a little while, but I had to stop, you know, throwing the parries out there, and she's got her dagger. I'm not sure if that was the regular dagger. Maybe she was rocking the Priscilla's to keep this a bleed build. I'm not exactly sure. And I poke her in the back there. That ghost range. Good game, Courtney. Good game. You know, actually, maybe I shouldn't say good game anymore. I should say good match, because it's a match. Because the game, it could be construed as a whole, I suppose. And I will be putting Courtney's channel in the description below. She has a really awesome channel. I really enjoy her videos. I try and comment on them as soon as I can and watch them. She actually had a really fun video on salt. It was a salt video, and I thought that was pretty hilarious. And this pine resin, I know I probably shouldn't have been using it, but I was trying to... We didn't really have specific rules. We just had rules that we're going to use downgraded items. Wow, I can't believe I didn't talk to you guys about this. So, we decided, when you are twinking, and Courtney knows this well, and you have plus 5 cast weapons or plus 15 weapons, you will literally 1 to 2 shot people. So we decided that you could use unupgraded elemental weapons, meaning just a chaos weapon or just a magic weapon. You could use a Twinkling Titanite weapon unupgraded, a Dragon Scale weapon unupgraded, a Demon Titanite weapon unupgraded, or a regular weapon plus 10. And we never really got into crystal weapons, but I assume that would be an unupgraded crystal weapon. So those are the specifications, and that's how we set up the fights so that they would last a little bit longer and we wouldn't have 30-second battles the entire time. And I can't wait to see her version. Her version might be up before mine, but I really love her music choice, so I'm really looking forward to it. And I want to see her perspective. I like to see my playstyle and see how that goes. And now I suppose I should try and discuss a little bit about Courtney's playstyle, because that's part of these Battle of the Uploadings, I suppose. Battle of the Uploaders, sorry. You should try and explain a little bit your experiences with the player and what you think their playstyle is like in general. Just try and analyze it. Now, I'm not trying to psychoanalyze my opponents or anything, but I noticed Courtney has a very aggressive playstyle. She tries to incorporate backstabs and parries a lot, but I suppose I don't begrudge her for that personally. My playstyle does not incorporate a lot of those. I only use them as punishment, but anyone can play whatever playstyle they wish. We didn't really have a specific set of rules, except we did kind of agree upon no Wrath of God and no combustion. But that was actually brought out a little later. I told her I didn't care if she used Wrath of God, and she definitely took advantage of that. I'll tell you that. We had some interesting matches the last few ones, but she has a very aggressive playstyle. She does like to use a range of weapons. She definitely likes the scythe, and she has a parrying style. She seems to like her fast roll a lot. She doesn't seem to be afraid to get out there and get up in your face, which I really like. And actually, we have a random here. Hello. She seems to run a lot of low poise. Her strength characters seem to run much higher poise than her lower characters. I believe she uses the wolf ring on several of her builds. But I suppose if you're a strength character and you're fat rolling or medium rolling, you probably don't need a shit ton of poise stacking from like the ring, because your armor will give it to you. And this guy, I'm not sure what he was doing. I think he might have been a new player, but I was just trying to get him out of our world, and I was trying to keep polite, but I was just trying to get him out of our world. And I probably should have parried that spam, but I didn't. I just wanted to get him out so we could continue our battles. But you guys will definitely notice that there are quite a few randoms. And I go ahead and I tighten him up that fat roll. Good game, sir. I mean, good match. I mean, good set. I mean, whatever. I respect the boar helm and the drake sword, and don't anyone question it. And now, on to the next question. On to it. And she is on her dex build now, in case you guys didn't notice that she is on her dex build instead of her strength build. And she shot me there. It made me sad. I cried a little bit on the inside, but we were okay. During these battles, we had to chat through. I used some audio, and she used text because she does not own a mic, as many of you guys know. And she didn't know this was me. I don't think she would have R1 spammed with the gold tracer like that and used pyros against me, because those were against our rules. And I think she had I think that's a +5 tracer she has, maybe, or maybe it's a +1. But she didn't know, so it's not her fault. She just wasn't aware that this was me. So that is why there is pyromancy being used in this and the gold tracer R1 spam. Not to say that R1 spamming with the gold tracer is ineffective or a bad way to play. It's definitely effective, I'll tell you that. And she got a partial there. She could have parried me there. It was a good move. Oh, the pain. I'm probably going to get bled out here. I can't remember if I die here. Do I die? Yes, and I think I actually died before I got bled out. And she didn't know it was me, but she just waved off there. And this one, we still had a little confusion about this was the one right after she had used pyromancy, so I thought she may have decided that we would utilize pyromancy for our fights. I wasn't 100% sure, you know, shit happens. So I combusted her, and I went into an R1. And she asked me, she was like, why did you use pyromancy? And I was like, well, you used it. And she's like, oh, that was you? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. So after this one, there isn't any pyromancy. Well, I think there's a tiny bit of pyromancy use when she uses her Wrath of Gods, because she told me it was okay, but after a while I didn't even care, so I didn't use them. Plus I ran out of combustions, I believe, because after these Dex fights she actually switches on over to her Faith build, which is definitely a dangerous build. It utilizes some pretty brutal tactics, not to begrudge her or anything. You guys can make your own assumptions when we get there of what you think it was like, and I'll tell you what was going on then. These matches were really fun. She finally switches over to her Faith build. I was dropping her the Darkwood Grain Ring that she requested because I had one, and I acquired it totally in a good way. I didn't do anything bad. And actually, Swankus is one of my subscribers, and he was trying to send me a ton of messages during this. And Dark Moon Blade. Ouch, that shit hurts on, I believe, a Falchion. So I'm playing super defensively here. She has definitely got the damage on me, so I need to be careful. And this is her Faith build. It was pretty fucking brutal. I lost to this build more than any other build. Like, I got destroyed by it. She utilized the Dark Moon Blade, the Wrath of Gods with a Hornet Ring, and I got fucking destroyed by it 2 times in a row, because she would do some interesting combos, as you guys know. But I'm playing super defensively here. I know she's got the damage on me, so I'm just rolling to the side when I can, trying to dodge her attacks. And it seemed to kind of infuriate her that I just kind of poke at her every time she missed. And actually, she seemed to get slightly frustrated during these, but I'm not going to bring that out here. We're here to talk about the amazing gameplay and the subscriber. Well, actually, she's a subscriber and an uploader, so that was accurate. And I thank you for your subscription, Courtney. It helps, even though I don't have a lot. And we are on to round 2 with the Faith build. And she's coming out here with the Dark Moon Blade. And I've got my Dust Crown on because she said I could use pyromancies with because she uses Wrath of Gods. So I decided I would pull out my pyromancies and see what would happen. See, Wrath of God. And I one-shot her. Yep. It was pretty brutal. I wasn't quite sure what was happening. I was a little shocked. I didn't think I'd one-shot her. I guess she just had really low fire defense, so it did a shit ton of damage. And that was kind of a bad thing, I think. I probably shouldn't have pulled that out. So I went back. I felt bad. So I had no more great combustions. And here's the part where the tactics get brutal. I get fucked up in this part. You guys will see. I don't know if this is the exact match, but in one of these matches, it's the part where I just get completely demolished. And, oh, she's using the Darkwood Grain Ring that I borrowed to her. And I get a Wrath of God. See, here's where the Wrath of Gods start to come out a little more. And I don't begrudge her for using Wrath of Gods. It was a part of her build. I agreed to let her use it because I didn't specifically care. But I managed to defeat her there even with the Wrath of Gods. Even with the odds stacked against me, I became victorious. No, these were really great fights, though. I had a ton of fun. More fun than I've had in a while. I definitely like fighting my subscribers and my fellow uploaders. So now here's the part where some salt started to leak out. There was definitely some salt from my brother in here. I'm not even going to say anything. It got a little interesting here. Hornet Rings, Dark Moon Blade with Wrath of God, chains. So yeah, it got pretty nasty. And I'm not going to speak illy of anyone. I will let everyone draw their own conclusions because we all have our own minds. Good match, Courtney. Good match. Good job. Woo! Get fucked, Dark Moon Blade. Rapage. And I probably could have made a Dark Moon Blade build, but I, A, was too lazy. And B, I don't really like faith builds at all. The only faith builds I do sometimes like playing are strength faith builds, which really aren't that effective because of the slow casting speed, but they are more fun because you get to use Grant, and Grant is an amazing Hornet Ring. Woo! Hornet Ring. And then into a walk. And I'm playing pretty defensively here. I'm kind of scared shitless after that last one. Is that the Beatrice? That's Witch's hat. I love that hat. It's such an awesome hat. I think it's cooler than Logan's, personally. She's getting those parries out there. And she totally fucking parries me. And that Hornet Ring rapage. Yeah, she just cleaned my clock there. But you know, guys, you mock my smock, I'll clean your fucking clock. Good match, Courtney. And we continue on with the ass whooping. And this is, I believe, our final match. The final clip in this video is actually me against, I believe, another, just a random person. And this is our final match. And she definitely had some salt near the end here, and a little bit of salt leaked out of me, so I'm not going to say anything. She was a little sad that I used combustion here, but I was feeling a little salty because she was using a combination of items that I will not discuss at this time, because I... ... Hey, look, a distraction! This is the final match here. I'm using my combustions here freely. She's got her rapier there, I believe. Oh, fuck. If you guys hear that, if you guys heard that bell that just went on, that's my lasagna, and it's done. So I should probably go check that. Good game, Courtney. I had fun. And that was the final section of our battles in this last clip. I hope you guys enjoy. It's just me against some bum-ass random. And please rate, comment, subscribe. Make sure to go check out Courtney's channel. There will be a link in the description below. She has amazing videos. I really enjoy them. Hope you guys check them out. And I hope if you are viewing this video from Courtney's channel that you'll please subscribe to me. I'm sure she will. I'm sure some people will ferry over here, hopefully. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and like. Witcher out. That dark bead, mofo. Peace. Hey my Dark Souls brothers and sisters, I'm just here to let you know that you should hit that subscribe button. If you're feeling real brave, maybe you should follow me on Twitter. It will be in the description of the video below, so just click that and follow me. Now if you're feeling really brave and you're not afraid of your Dark Souls pride, go ahead and give me a like on Facebook. It helps me a ton. Now, I hope you guys did those things for me. This is Witcher out. Stay fresh. Peace.